There is a belief that exists out there that you can just get mentally tough enough to show up and perform at a high level without putting in the necessary work.
Yes.
This has happened. It's not anyone's fault. If this has been your perspective, be honest with yourself. It's because of what has been portrayed through the highlight reels of social media.
Yes.
This state that people think exists, where you can become mentally tough enough to just go and perform anytime without putting in the proper, specific, intentional training, that you can just go perform because you have built this level of mental toughness. This does not exist for any human beings. Not me or any of the other guys out there who portray themselves as 10 times more mentally tough than me. It don't exist for them either. If anyone out here is ever successful at a high level in athletics, it is because they have put in the work to be successful. And when you put in that work, the work is what makes you mentally tough.
Yes.
You ain't getting no more mentally tough on race day. You like, everything's done on race day. Like, you shouldn't be learning really much of anything new on race day. But the reason people want to believe that you can just train your mind to this level, that you could just go and perform without the work, is because then it gives them an excuse to not do the work, which is the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
People want to believe I can just use this little hack that Chadd just told me where I reset my watch every 10 miles. Or I can break things down into small digestible segments. Or I can just, decide to be patient or stay present. I can be really deliberate. I can just do all these things and I can perform. Like, it's going to trick my mind into this state where I can just keep going. No. You have to be physically prepared. And then you have to apply all of those mindset techniques, layer them on top of the physical preparation, layer them on top of the work, strengthen them throughout the process of the work. And that's how it all comes together to win. Like those guys that were at your race that were in the final hours, that went for 50, 60 hours, however long they went. Like, I could be more mentally tough than Kendall all day long. Maybe I am. But he'll beat me every day of the week until I show up and put in the amount of miles that he had put in to show up and to perform the way he performed that day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, man?
I mean, it makes me think back to what you're explaining right now. When I went for my first sub 3 hour marathon, I knew leading up to that race that I was not in sub 3 shape. I did not put in the work. I did not hit my splits. I couldn't stay on track with the training. And when I towed the line for that race, I told myself, you can mentally outwork your inability physically to run sub 3. I told myself that. I said, you just got to just mentally work through it. So I went out. I knew I had to hold a 6:45 minute per mile pace. I went out at 6:40 for the first 6 miles. And then I dropped off to like a 7:45 minute per mile pace. And I crossed that finish line at 3 hours and 24 minutes. I missed that goal by 24 minutes. And that was a huge realization for me. Man. I needed that failure because it told me and it taught me you can't out mindset the physical abilities that is required to do this stuff.
Thank you for the confirmation on that.
100%.
Thank you so much, Nick.
But I do believe we are in this weird time here on Earth and within social media that people are putting more time towards the mental preparation, which is absolutely critical and necessary. And I think it is almost a hedge to the physical work that is required. You know, the way that I like to think of it is sometimes people will put so much work into the theory and the thoughts and the study of a certain thing. But then when they actually are put into the practice and real life application, they fail and fall apart. You know, for example, Yukon 1000, you could have someone who studies that route for years and reads how to, you know, maneuver a kayak and reads how to watch and monitor the water and the waves and the ripples. And you put them out in the water and they go, holy crap, I know nothing.
Yeah.
I know nothing. You have to match that mental preparation and readiness with the physical test and readiness.
Yeah, man. And the load when to truly prepare for a sub 3 hour marathon, for a performance like Kendall and what was the other guy's name? Kim put on at the BPN Ultra, to truly prepare for that type of performance, you need to have, like, I want to be honest with you right now. The load of that type of preparation to perform at that level, you probably don't understand the level or the load or the weight of the training and preparation that goes into a performance like that. Like, it's not, I'm just going to go out and I'm going to run for an hour every day. Like, I'm going to make a commitment to run every day. Like, no, man. It's like, for guys to perform at that level, it becomes this thing that consumes them. Mm-hmm. It has to consume you. By the way, to the detriment of everything else in your life, all of your other responsibilities are going to suffer. Like, if I want to perform at that level, I have to have a conversation with my wife. I have to have a conversation with my guys that work with me at 307 Project. Like, hey, I'm going to make a conscious decision to allow this to consume me because it's that important to me that I'm successful at this specific event. That's the load we're talking about. Yeah. It's not just the daily grind. It's not just the daily maintenance, like the gym or like it's so much more than that to perform at that level.